What's up, guys? We're here with Jason. He ended up getting first place today at Locals, hopping off the Tempai train because of the ban list, but still being forced to go second here. We went from counting to 7 to overlaying 4s. How do you feel about this?
I'm feeling ecstatic. I've been drawing pretty well, and I think I'm going to play this deck for a while now.
Helmet deck from one to another helmet deck now. Before we dive into it, for like, comment, subscribe, and let's show us these new Dryadens.
For our engine, we have free X, free sword, free ice, and the standard and a node. Standard list, just all around good. Going second, fantastic. X being able to send Meteorologic as a negate that protects against Ash. Sword is pretty great going second. If you save, for instance, Nibiru your opponent, you can normal sword get ice then to send the Nibiru, and then you're free to combo off under level 4s.
Very
and
cool.
Node, you have to play it. It's great when it comes up, but man, when you banish it face down with Desires, oh my god, it's like, I need this extender. I wouldn't play more than one, but
when it happens, it happens.
It happens.
So we're playing the pure variant as well. No feats and stuff in this build just yet.
Not yet. I can't afford it. Patrick, how will you hook me up on that?
Coming soon, coming soon.
Coming soon to a town near you. And for the spells and traps, the 2-cross, because sometimes you want to be able to get this, even if you Cloud Desire is one of them. Plug, very standard. Such an insane tool. If you have Plug and you have like this in the graveyard, you can protect yourself. This plus this and that will protect yourself from Nibiru. You have nothing to worry about, and it's just a free negate.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how much resilient these cards make the deck, honestly.
Yeah. We have Ryzeal Plasma Hole. Why did he change his name?
The fact that you can actually go up into Zeus as well as Typhon with this is just kind of busted as well.
So many times you can just randomly make an Xyz and jump scare your opponent. So fun. And also Plug to attach it if you don't, or you can search it, but usually you just attach it with Plug. For the hand traps,
Welcome to another hand trap format. You thought Snake Eyes was bad? Well, welcome to Malice and Ryzeal.
Poor man's Fuvoros. You must be wondering, why am I playing this over Fuvoros? 1, I'm poor. 2, honestly, I actually got these because I got sold an engraver, so it was a pretty good deal. And 2, against Ryzeal, it's not the worst card. You get free draws off of just this X and Sword alone. And if they want to continue, Ice does another one. So it's like, sure, it's not the worst hand. It's a level 4, so you can just normal summon it if worst case comes to pass. But it's pretty good. Fine, honestly. Hit some matchups, and if not, just side it out. It's pretty fine. The other hand traps, Ash, 2 Ogre, 3 Veiler, and 1 Nibiru. The 1 Nibiru is just more for a cross-out target. I don't really like playing Nibiru, but...
But you did nib somebody twice today, wasn't it?
I know. I kept drawing from Mulcharmies, and it's like, if I draw it, I guess. I have more in the side, but I'll get to it later. And 2 Ogres, because just for the mirror match, and also sometimes with cross-out designator, you can just cross it out. Don't worry about it. Forget all your
It's also
problems.
decent into Malice as well.
It's pretty decent, but I would say some other cards do better. You'll see it later. And also free Imperm. Can't have a format without these free.
Yeah. Ash Imperm going to be in our decks for the rest of the time.
And Veiler as the backup. Even then, it's still good with under D-Shifter if you just make Detonator pass. Just pass turn and then, you still have not D-Shifter, Effect Veilers to ward off your opponent. So it's not the worst hand trap in the world. Same with Ogre. You can just save it for a time when you really need it. Next, we play our extenders. Free Bonfire, search all your X and Ice. Free Desires, and 1 Prosperity. Yeah, they were pretty good. Being able to Desires off of like so many
How often have you found yourself drawing Desires off the Desires or dead cards off the Desires?
Not really that often. There was only one time. It wasn't really a dead card per se, but it was just like, it didn't help at the time, but later on when I needed it, it was fine. But often enough you will draw deck cards with how many times if you go into Dingirsu, Pod Desires, triple attack to draw 2. Heck, you can even cross to draw another one and shuffle. So it's like you're
you draw like 7 cards. That's pretty crazy, yeah.
And Power of Prosperity, honestly, this card, I didn't draw it that often, to be honest. But
not in this deck.
yes, Tenpai go crazy. But honestly, I kind of don't like it in this deck because being able to just draw and recur from all your other cards is so much value that sometimes you just want to be able to draw and not have to worry about it.
What do you think you'd change for Prosperity then?
If I had to check, just like a powerful one of like Call by the Grave or something.
Okay.
Something just to, that's in the format right now, just to hit with Crossout. And we have our free Crossout designators. Hit any hand trap. Man, I hit Brad, unfortunate guy, with Crossout for D barrier and triple attack in the same game.
That's crazy. That's just GG's.
He was not feeling it.
Make sure you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll be showing that match. That's going to be the finals match for first and second place tomorrow. So if you guys want to be seeing that, definitely stay tuned. I guess the reveal is kind of who won. We got Jason at the first place.
I mean, it's already... Sorry about this. Next off, our extra deck, 2 Ryzeals.
Very standard, yeah.
Very standard. Ending on Detonator with 4 materials is already enough to clear. You know how powerful Dryden was? You know what? Just make it better.
But we're just going to keep her banned, though. It's okay.
It's fine.
Dryden doesn't need to come back. We got Dryden 2.0.
Same with Ryzeal Dual Drive, the best starter. Oh my god. Just who designed this card? Search 2 cards?
Oh my.
It's any Ryzeal card. It doesn't need to be the spells or traps. Just, you know what? I mean, I guess it gets hit by Ogre, but like, who cares? If you just full combo, it doesn't really matter. Next up, your favorite card.
Please ban this card. Please.
Hit every memento card. It never came up, but if you run out of materials, you can, in fact, use Plug to just equip another material for whatever reason. But yeah, it didn't come up because I was forced to go second every time, so I just straight up went for kill options instead of stall. Next, our Dingirsu, not Dingirsu, Dugaris.
We always draw with this, right? We never double attack, or
sometimes you actually do double attack. You never use, what was the last effect?
Monster Reborn, I think.
Oh yes, in this Monster Reborn deck. Now, so yeah, double attack did come up once just to clear out game, just Detonator, double its attack, kill for game. But
I suppose it is a way to get over a big copy of Chaos Angel, actually. So.
Yeah. If you notice, most of these are free K or under, but usually you don't struggle to outright kill. In fact, Chaos Angel, you can just, what was it? You have a lot of hand traps and also Ryzeal traps to just stop it, but yeah, just Dingirsu double attack just for a lethal shot when you see it. Next up, generic 4s. We got Abyss Dweller. Never came up, but it comes up when it does.
It's really good in the format, so yeah.
Utopic Ray Lancer.
How often did you find yourself using this? Like, did you ever use the Ray Lancer or no?
Honestly, it doesn't really come up for me because I'm usually able to kill with just Detonator, Dual Drive, and another rank 4 by itself. But maybe Dugaris usually. But honestly, it's just more for if something happens during the battle phase and you have the Trap Engrave, you can just banish it just to summon it, and then they lock you out of all the battle phase. Tenpai tech.
Makes sense.
Tenpai tech right here.
You're just fiending for Tenpai.
It sure is. Light Fiend. It only came up twice, but when it did, it does well. Being able to link off with this after you do this in the Fiendsmith build is crazy, but by itself, it's still pretty good. You don't kill your turn, but if you set up Detonator already, just like they might as well scoop at that point. Tornado Dragon. Thank God this was in Crossover Breakers. I forgot my secret one, but
just pop spells and traps.
Pop spells and traps. Never really came up, but if the floodgate is there, get rid of it. This one though, very great.
Yeah. What are we even doing here?
This one protects you from destruction, so it's like a mini Detonator. And also, this is just to get rid of any Nibiru tokens. Sometimes you can't beat over the Nibiru tokens, and this one doesn't activate to pop, so just being able to use the effect to pop it and then go for game is pretty great.
Okay.
Mirror Logic, I'm only playing one right now. I think it's fine with one, but I can see why people would play two. Right now, my space only has for one, but if I were to get rid of another card, I'd probably get rid of Tornado Dragon, but even then, I still see more use for Tornado Dragon and instead of two, but just having the one to send off of X and attach off a detonator is crazy. Sometimes you want to pop cards just so you can preemptively negate cards' effects. I use this extensively in my games. For our next, we got Typhon and Zeus. Typhon, if things go wrong, you just normal ice, just make a Typhon and pray, I guess. And when you somehow survive, slap Zeus on it. There you go.
I've never seen that happen before.
It shouldn't happen, but I did it so many times because I just drew hand traps.
Fair enough.
If you just draw hand traps, just make Typhon. Simple as that. And for the flex spot, I play SP, which is not the correct link. It should be something else, but sometimes you can just use your triple attack, take your opponent's cards, make SP, and then you can send it off with ice. So you can just do rank 4 combos if you're not locked into anything.
Okay.
It's just more of a, if something comes up, but at that point it's just like, what are you doing?
Fair enough.
For the side, we play free Artifact Lancius. I don't like Malice. I don't play Sanctum because one, I just feel like free Lancias are already good enough. I don't really need to set off.
I feel like you'd only ever need to play like one Sanctum if you're playing like Thrust, stuff like that.
That's fair, but I just felt like having the free just as an option to see it is good enough. Two Nibirus, if I know my opponent is on like a combo-esque stat and I need more Nibirus to hit them with, when it comes up, it comes up, but I only ever side an extra one just for in case I draw it for my crossout target.
Fair enough.
That and also I went second so many times. Two triple attack. It never came up, but essentially just search any extender. You have to play it in this format. It's just like there's too many hand traps that you need to find a way to protect yourself. But it's just like
Thrust is craziest format.
it's crazy. Just set any floodgate trap or search your extender and just keep comboing off. Fire Duster, search with Frost. It's a board wipe. Same with Lightning Storm. I'm just thinking between this Cosmic and Evenly, but I just felt like this hits the most generic stuff. And
how do you feel about Lightning Storm and Nibiru? Like I know you're just playing one Nibiru in your main deck, but did you ever find yourself like opening up Lightning Storm and Nibiru and being like, oh?
Yes, it happens when you draw 7 cards essentially, but usually you're already. If you're drawing 7 cards and your opponent is losing advantage, at that point
You're winning, yeah.
there's not much.
You can afford some cards to lose, including cards you can send off of Forbidden
Forbidden
Droplets.
Droplets.
How do you find with this card right now? This card's really good in the meta, I find, but
It's good to just like beat over big bodies, gets rid of cards that you just don't want to deal with, cards you struggle with. And fun fact, I did not draw it once.
okay.
It's fine. Sometimes you just want to like evade some cards as well, just like any of your normal summons, but that's only for going second purposes, and this can be interchangeable with anything, any flex spot. Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, just any disruption card will do fine. We play, and lastly, we play Anti-Spell and D-Barrier. D-Barrier, self-explanatory. Anti-Spell, I would try to use this more. There's some cards like the Malice spells, like the Field Spell, less extenders, Ryzeal with the Field Spell, and
Memento, every single Kashtira, all bunch of stuff definitely gets hit with the anti-spell, which is pretty nice.
if I was going first more often, I would try to side this in, but unfortunately I went second every game. And this one, it's in my mind, it's just to stop Ultimate Slayers.
Yeah,
this
fair
is a
enough.
normal spell. I'm flipping anti-spell. You can't Ultimate Slayer me.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, congratulations on your first place, and hopefully we'll see you again soon, maybe on some fees with cards.